R/ am I the a-hole relationships? Am I the a-hole for planning to confess my feelings to my married manager? I, 27 female, feel like I am losing my mind. My best friend just called me delusional and threatened to distance herself from me if I go through with this. So I need an outside perspective. Okay, we haven't actually read the story yet, but based on the title, W best friend. That is what you should do if your best friend calls you with some fuck shit like this. For my own personal sanity, all names have been changed. For the past year, I've worked closely with David, 38 male. He is an assistant manager at the retail pharmacy where I work as a pharmacy technician. He is married to Sarah and they have 2 toddlers. His locker is covered in drawings from his kids. He talks about his family constantly. On paper, he is the ultimate family man. But over the last 6 months, I feel like our relationship has changed. But over the last 6 months, I feel like our relationship has changed. It started in November when my dog passed away. He noticed I was crying in the bathroom, went down the street, and bought me a vanilla latte and a muffin. He sat with me for 10 minutes and just listened to me vent. No one else at work even noticed I was upset, but he did. I mean, girl, he walked in on you crying in the break room. Like, I hope he noticed. Since then, we've developed a routine. Whenever we pass each other by the stockroom, he gives me a specific warm smile. A few weeks ago, during a hectic Monday rush, I made a joke to a difficult customer that fell flat, but I looked across the pharmacy counter and David was smiling and shaking his head. It felt like an inside joke just between us. Okay, so like normal interactions? Then there was the team dinner last month at a packed, deafening restaurant. Because it was crowded, David sat directly across from me. At one point, the room got incredibly loud. David leaned all the way across the table to hear what I was saying. While I was talking, he looked directly at my lips, smiled, and nodded along. A few of our other coworkers at the end of the table actually stopped talking and just stared at us because it looked so intense. Or it looked insanely inappropriate. It felt like the rest of the room completely melted away. The biggest thing happened last Friday. We were staying late to finish checking in in inventory fuck that. We were staying late to finish checking in an inventory shipment. The store was closed. He walked over to check my progress, and as he leaned over my shoulder to look at the terminal, his sleeve brushed against my arm. He didn't pull away immediately. He stayed there for at least 3 seconds. Before he clocked out, he looked at me and said, "Don't stay too late, Shelby. We need you around here." Okay, what does that even mean? Don't stay too late, Shelby. We need you around here. As if staying too late would cause her to not come into her job? Here's the thing, chat. There could be a possibility that he does have feelings for her. Like, I think we could be like, hey, you could confess your feelings and it could result in something. You'd still be a piece of shit. You know? I don't know how you could talk about how he has pictures of drawings from his children, and yet you are not sure if ruining a marriage would make you the a-hole or not. I felt a physical spark. I am convinced that he is trapped in a passionless marriage, and his kindness and his subconscious way of crying, and his kindness is his subconscious way of crying out for a connection. He always remembers exactly how I take my coffee. Men don't pay that much attention to a woman unless they are deeply attracted to her. Okay, here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing, is I actually don't think that this line is necessarily wrong. Like, y'all, I want to clarify. I think there could be a possibility that this man is attracted to her. That doesn't make her confessing her feelings or him being attracted to her right. And also, let's be honest, like, like she's kind of cooking here. You know, but like he could just be an attentive friend. Like, I don't think this is a reason to think that he's in love with you. My plan is to ask him to grab drinks after our shift this Thursday and gently lay my cards on the table. I want to tell him that I know he feels the connection too and that I'm willing to wait for him. Oh my God. Yeah, chat, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are saying that to a married man, you're automatically the a-hole. Like, even if he has those feelings for her or not, you're still a dickhead. My best friend snapped at me saying, Shelby, he is a nice guy. He brought you coffee once. You are being delusional and you're about to ruin your job based on a sleeve brushing against your arm. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. That too could be a bad look. Because isn't he also her superior? He is the assistant manager at the retail pharmacy where I work as a pharmacy technician. Okay, I think that means boss. I don't know, bro. Job titles confuse the fuck out of me sometimes. I can't even lie. Like, not only is it professionally wildly inappropriate, but it's just the shitty person thing to do. Am I misreading this, or am I the a-hole if I say how I feel? I mean, I don't even think this is crazy, because the only way that based off this line, the only way OP thinks they're the a-hole is if they're misreading this. Like, girl, whether you're misreading this or not, you're the a-hole for even contemplating fucking up this guy's marriage. For, like, not great indicators that he's into you, but B, just at all. Like, if you're willing to ruin a married man's marriage, knowing nothing about the marriage, by the way, like, I think the only way we maybe would be on her side is if he was, like, in a toxic marriage where his wife beats him. But, like, girl, you don't know shit for shit. His marriage looks hunky-dory, man. Oh my God, talk about fucking evil, bro. Oh my God, she replied to so many comments. We have to look. What do I? You're the a-hole, you're too naive and delusional for your age. This isn't like, hold on. We got to read more where she's like responding to what people are saying. Hi, friend. I didn't want to read all of your response, but I appreciate the thought you put into it. I do, however, want to follow up for the update, so you kindly request. Oh, but I do, however, want to follow up for that update you so kindly requested. I plan to do nothing but find a new job. Oh my God. Somebody on Reddit actually takes the advice of the fucking comments for once? What is this, the fucking Twilight Zone? Ain't no Redditor ever done that shit. I was expecting Chewbacca V2, you know? Thank God. All right, you know what? We can take some solace in that. I do have to say, I mean, sorry guys, I haven't read all of her comments out loud. I'll read this one. If you looked at my earlier responses, you'd know I've already addressed this question. I plan to swap jobs. I'm not obsessed, but I can agree my observations have been delved into too much. Oh, sorry. But I can agree my observations have been delved into much more than they should have been. I feel like none of her comments are like, I'm a bad person for even being willing to contemplate ruining this guy's marriage over 3 seconds of contact and a conversation in a loud restaurant. Oh, and a cup of coffee because he found me crying. Okay, wait, chat. Actually, hot take. Hot take. Ooh, this could be controversial. You know what? I don't even want to necessarily agree with this. I just want your guys' take. This is where my brain first went, but I'm willing to change my mind on this. Is it inappropriate for a married man to buy his woman coworker gifts when he finds her sad? Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was thinking about it. Like I'm putting myself in those, I'm putting myself in my own shoes. I think it could potentially be a little bit inappropriate. Thoughts. Okay, someone literally, Addie said, fuck no. And then someone else said a little bit. Although a couple people are saying depends. Depends on the context. I mean, here's the thing, you guys, is like, you can be a shoulder to cry on without buying somebody something, you know? Here's the thing though, guys, you can comfort someone who's like, so Destiny said, if my partner doesn't comfort someone who's sad, I'd be disappointed in him. You can comfort somebody without buying them something. I've absolutely done this, but only because it was well understood we were more like siblings. See, that's what I'm thinking about Chicken Sandwich. Like, I almost think based off what OP told us, they weren't close enough to like buy each other things. In this situation, buying coffee one time when they're crying doesn't feel that inappropriate in my opinion. Okay, like I said, guys, at first I was pretty like, oh no, it's definitely, but now I'm kind of like, you know? I guess I'm here now, LOL. I have no idea what's happening. I was just watching YouTube and the live autoplayed next. Crazy autoplay on YouTube's part. Remy the Owl, I do have all my videos playlisted. So if you want, I don't know which video you came from, but if you want a video more specifically like the one you just watched, you can go on my channel and I have playlists of like, am I the a-hole? Am I the devil? Best Redditor updates, viewer submissions. You don't have to be here if you don't want to. We're just reading the stories live. We just read a kind of fucking crazy one, but we're almost done, you know? I thought coworkers brought coffee for each other all the time. You know what, Katana? That's a good point. If he bought her a necklace, then that would have been inappropriate. Okay, TM, you know what? You're cooking. I actually see that. So it's more on her for being like, he bought me I do have to say, it is crazy for her to be like, he remembered my order. Like, girl, some people are just observant, you know? Oh, man. Ew, Kai Ewoos is in here. Thank God you're almost done. I can't stand being here. Hey, Kai, I don't know if you know this, but you don't have to watch the stream. I know you're pretty stupid and that might have never dawned on you, but I'm here to tell you, you can click off a stream. I know this is game-changing for you. New game-changing meta just dropped for Kai. I'm a good friend, bro. I'm doing you a solid. Upping your aura. Bro, you're 26. You can't be saying that shit. Aren't you 27 now? Bro, saying aura at 27. It's even worse, Kai. 1v1 Kai in a thumb war, I'd win. I'd win. We are hostages here. Okay, I'm the hostage, if anything. I have to endure your guys' show hole torture. Pause. Out of context, that sounds crazy. No, please don't show your hole. Please. You gonna finish that statement, Kai? Guys is using words for the youth. Is using words for the youth what? Look, bro, grandma over here fucking fat fingered the enter. Bro's saying aura but can't type. Kai probably types like this, chat. Oh shit. What did I just do? Oh my god, that was crazy. Me fucking talking shit to Kai and then unking it. This is Kai typing. I hate Sarby. Where's the enter button? Is it this one? No. No. Clicking into stream and hearing, no, please don't show hole with no beans in sight. Y'all are coming into stream at the wrong times, y'all. Why aren't you guys here early? We're an hour and 17 in. Get with the times. Kai could kill you and she would be justified at this point. I actually don't disagree with you. Listen, if we're fucking keeping track of like who's roasting who, I'm up like 138 to like 4 on Kai. Kai really do not. Kai, for real, do not be dissing me as hard. She's got like 3 ults on me, calling me old, calling me short. I'm nice, that is true. You do have joy and whimsy in your heart, and I lost that years ago. My bad. Wait, Ben, you should get another cat and call him Hole. Dragon, I'm sorry. We gotta put you on timeout for that one. Only 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We gotta put you on timeout. That you thought you were cooking, but you were actually burning the shit out of the food. I'm literally the smiling dog with a lollipop beam. If I Photoshop your face on that too, is that blackface? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below, chat. It could be. It could be. Whoops. Wrong one. This is this is 1984. Yeah, I would agree with that. Maybe Kai is the person calling you performative in your Reddit. That's so fair. That's so fair. I bet Kai's my #1 hater, bro. Kai would be the type. Day in the life of Kai Iwus, and it's just her making Gojo wallpapers and writing hate posts in my subreddit. I'm a big hater behind doors. I knew it. I knew it. Get Void Cat, name it Hole. Okay, wait, you actually are cooking. I just talk shit to my friends and keep it moving. That's true. That's true, Kai. Kai, I'm really excited. I'm planning a trip to LA in August. I swear to it. I kind of have to. I ordered 3 hockey sticks from my uncle's contact. And I have to go pick them up. Gojo wallpapers is crazy. You missed it, TM. She was making Gojo wallpapers. Oh, thank you, Kai. Kai just texted me some good comms. Alrighty, chat. I love y'all. I love yapping with y'all, but I want to get through these 6 stories by the end of the stream. All right, guys? Okay? We can do it. We can do, or I want to get them done within the next 40 minutes. We got to lock in 8 minutes per story. All right, chat? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 73 people watching, 54 likes. I know you guys could get that shit to 65. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, chat. Make sure to like up the stream. If you guys are on Twitch, make sure to follow. No matter where you're at, though, turn on those post noties so you can be notified whenever I go live. Zelda, you just missed the title story. If you go on, you can watch the VOD later and catch up, but it was a crazy story. Alrighty, chat, here we go. Am I the a-hole for asking my cousin for her medical degree? I, 29 female, my cousin, 30 female, has 3 kids, 10, 9, and 4. She has not vaccinated any of them. Stupid idiot alert. Stupid idiot alert. Now, let me preface this by saying this. I don't care what you do with your child. I do. I do. I don't want your unvaccinated child near my vaccinated child. You know? If you vaccinate, don't vaccinate. Excuse me. If you vaccinate, don't vaccinate. If you vaccinate, don't vaccinate. I literally just said the word correctly. It's the word back to back that's fucking me up. If you vaccinate, don't vaccinate, etc. It's your child and your choice. However, my cousin will go to great lengths to tell anyone who disagrees with their stance on vaccines to educate themselves or do your research. And her research is just like fucking Fox News and Facebook. This absolutely drives me up the wall because the research is based on Google searches, not peer-reviewed journals, not pediatricians' advice, just simple, should I vaccinate my child? Well, one day we had a discussion about me having children one day. She already tried to say, well, don't vaccinate your kids. It's bad for their health. I said I would follow whatever my OB or my future children's pediatrician says. Then she said, well, I highly recommend you educate yourself and do your research before you do so. Well, I straight up asked her, I straight up asked her, well, show me your degree, not your Google searches, not your Facebook mom groups that agree with everything. I want to see your degree where you're qualified to tell me what I should and shouldn't do with my baby. You can do whatever you want with your kids, but don't you dare tell me how I should raise my future children. She got mad and left. Our family, typical Trump supporting brainwashed idiot. Our families are divided. Some say that I was right. Some say you should have just heard her out. No, I'm sorry, bro. Anti-vax is one of those things where you're just fucking wrong. Like, you're just wrong and stupid. Really? You're going to listen to fucking... You're going to listen to fucking RFK Jr.? You hear that guy's voice and you go... The guy whose brain has been fried from years of doing drugs, and that's the guy who you're like, I'm going to take my health advice from him. I'm sorry, you're stupid. Brain dead. Like, I would much rather take advice from a rock. Oh my God. I feel bad for upsetting her, but I'm not going to let someone say I'm uneducated when all they do is research BS on Google and Facebook mom groups and just run with it. Yeah, girl, stand your ground. I think you're honestly too lenient on this one. Like, if you don't vaccinate your kids, I'm sorry, bro, you brain dead. I'll die on that hill. I don't care. Someone's going to get real offended by that, but like, I'm sorry you had to hear the truth from me. My bad. Vaccinate your kids. Any doctor who has half a brain cell and isn't a sellout is going to tell you vaccinating your kids is so important. If you don't vaccinate your kids, you're just setting them up to die, bro. And also infect other kids? Like, why would you want that? God. Oh, man, imagine being as stupid as this cousin, bro. Edit, I did not expect this to blow up the way it did. I want to clarify some things. Yes, I absolutely care about vaccines. I plan to vaccinate my future children. Where I was saying I don't care was parents are unfortunately going to do what they're going to do besides listening to a doctor's advice. My cousin is still not talking to me, but she keeps sending me Facebook posts and TikToks about how bad vaccines are. No actual research. I blocked her. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. This person made a TikTok where they talked very confidently. And because they did that, they have to be right. Oh my God, it's so stupid. Oh man. I've met wet paper towels with more common sense than that, bro. Come on, we got to do better. We have to do better. That's so funny. If any of my cousins were like this, I don't think I'd hang out with them. Hot take, bro. It just ain't worth the struggle. Call me crazy, but I just don't keep stupid people around me, man. I really don't. If you prove to say and do stupid shit, I will ruthlessly never hang out with you. I will go out of my way to not hang out with you. Honestly, I feel bad for the kids. Like, that's what I was telling OP when she was like, I don't care what you do with your kids. It's like, okay, but like, I care because you are having that kid and then setting that kid up for failure because you want to do your research on TikTok and Facebook. I do think they need to make a law that like only certified TikTok doctors who provide links to research articles can make videos talking about what's good or bad for you. Oh my God, you can't go to school without vaccinations in some places? Honestly, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. I don't want your unvaccinated kid around my kid. Insane. Stupid people be stupid. Oh shit, I forgot to check that for an update. Oh, I guess we did get an update there. Oh. Okay, wait, but I kind of fuck with it. I had my zoom in on 200%. This is what my zoom in's normally at. I actually kind of fuck with this better. It looks nice, chat. It looks nice. Let me see if there's an update, y'all. I don't think there really needs to be an No, there's no update. Crazy. Crazy. All right, guys, let's keep going. Ooh. I want to keep ripping and rocking and rocking and rocking and ripping. Alrighty, chat, let's do it. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 97 people watching, 66 likes. I know we could get that up to 75. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Make sure to like up the stream. If you guys are on Twitch, make sure to follow. No matter where you're at, turn on those post notifications so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Here we go. Am I the a-hole for going on my approved vacation even though my manager scheduled me anyway? I-19 male, work part-time at Maiger. I probably butchered that. That's also a grocery store, right, chat? Back in early June, I requested 5 days off for a vacation before the request deadline. My manager approved every day on June 17th, so I booked everything and made plans. I'll be out of state during those dates. When the work schedule came out, I noticed I was scheduled on one of my approved vacation days. I left my manager a note letting him know because I assumed it was a mistake. Instead of fixing it, the schedule was updated again, and I got scheduled on 2 more of my approved vacation days. Oh, it's Meyer. Wow, I butchered that severely. What's new, chat? Sarby just reads everything wrong. It is what it is. Wait, that's crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't even process that. Wait. So let me get this straight. You told your manager that he fucked up by scheduling you on your approved vacation days, and he scheduled you on 2 more of your days? That guy's a grade A dumbass. Ever since one of my coworkers got fired, we've been working 6-day weeks and covering what feels like 2 people's jobs. Even though I'm part-time, I've already worked 6 days straight. I'm planning on talking to my manager in person, but if the schedule isn't fixed, I'm still going on my vacation because I requested the time off on time. It was approved weeks in advance, and I made non-refundable plans based on that approval. Am I the a-hole if I don't show up for those shifts if they never correct the schedule? I mean, I don't think you're the a-hole. I think if you really need this job, that's the only part where it's like, all right, bro, he might fire you for this. Which, then in that case, I hope there is a physical trail that you can then, I don't know, sue the shit out of him and get your bag, king or queen. I actually don't know. No, it is king. Yeah, get your bag, king. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with that wrongful termination. But yeah, fuck this guy. Chat, is there anything in corporate where you can report your managers? Because, like, a guy like this should just get reported. Hey, like, honestly, if this were me, I would be petty as fuck and go try to match with anybody in Myers corporate. And then if I connect with one of them, reach out and be like, hey, dog, just thought I'd let you know that your shit-ass manager at this location is pulling fuck shit on me. Kind of a bad look for Meyer. Like, I'm so fucking petty, chat, especially for a part-time job. Like, I know the I know the job market is not fantastic right now. I don't want to be numb to that. But like for a grocery store, or like, it sounds like you guys are more comparing this to Walmart job. To me, I'm like, I'd gamble. I'd roll the dice. I'm petty as hell. I mean, maybe, I guess I'm just assuming the worst of Meyer, but there's no way this job is good enough to where you don't want to risk getting, like, your job lost by reaching out and telling people how shitty their managers are. Walmart, but nicer. Ooh, okay. See, I feel like a brand like that's going to want to keep up their reputation, you know? They don't need employees getting fired and then they go on a smear campaign. Wait, chat, didn't Meyer get in trouble for like mismanagement of their employees or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's how I know who they are. Okay, I think this might be what I saw. Myers in Seven Hills had an employee arrested for stealing $110 worth of food. I'm pretty sure this is what I saw. Like, didn't this go insanely viral? Like, how petty do you have to be to fucking arrest someone over $110 worth of food? And like, if he's stealing food, he probably fucking needs it.
Imagine being a grown adult. Imagine being a grown adult with stable income and using that power.
This video is just insanely quiet, chat. I literally can't turn it up anymore. I apologize.
To count up every penny over 6 months.
Wait, actually, I can.
Fruit cups a disabled child ate because they were facing food insecurity because the job they have working at your store doesn't pay them enough to live. And tracking every penny of those expired fruit cups until it hit over $110 so that you could call the police and file very specific criminal charges against a disabled kid who works for you who's just hungry. Wow. God bless America.
Damn, wait, and he was disabled? That's so fucked up. Also, it was expired food. I've never understood that, bro. I've never understood this. I've never understood why people or why companies just throw out expired food. Is it because they don't want to hurt their bottom line where people are just going to wait until they throw out the expired food?
What a wonderful place we live in, where we've used all of our access to opportunity to really truly punish and degrade our fellow neighbors. Shame on you, Myers. And for you to have people answering your corporate line right now who are laughing in our faces over the customer service phone line when we're asking about this incident that happened at one of your stores doesn't really look like a good corporate look for you.
That's
right
crazy. Boo. Boo. All right, maybe we don't fuck with Myers, chat. Maybe we don't fuck with Myers, y'all. They greedy as hell. Crazy. I don't understand it, bro. It's like the bricks and minifigs shit. It's like y'all could just take, like, you guys have so much money coming out of your ears. Why the fuck is $110 your hill to die on? Like, shit, chat, I don't have a Myers near me, but if it's ever between shopping at Myers or somewhere else, they can go fuck theyself. Oh, yeah, I guess it is expired. Maybe they shouldn't give out expired food necessarily. Crazy. Chat, there is an update on this. Let me get to the update. Update, thank you to everyone for the advice, even the people telling me to quit on the spot. I emailed my union representative with screenshots and all the details. Oh, I didn't know they were unionized. And I'm currently waiting for a response. I'll also be contacting HR. For anyone wondering, I'm in Michigan. So if that changes anything regarding my rights or how this situation should be handled, I'd appreciate any insight. I'll update again when I hear back. Little update too after that. You genuinely can't make this up. I emailed my union rep about my manager messing with my approved vacation, and his assistant replied saying my union rep is on vacation. At least someone gets to enjoy their approved time off. They told me to meet with a union steward and file a grievance, so that's my next step. I'll keep everyone updated. Damn, this was 5 days ago. We need more updates. Where are the updates at? Where are those updates at, Chief? Did you tell bro to go fuck himself? Chat, like, this is why I can't work. Like, if somebody did me dirty like this, I would get fired. I would be like, you're a fucking idiot. Why are you the manager? Give me the job, because clearly you're an incompetent fuck. If I didn't say that out loud, my face would say it. I would literally look at this man and I'd be like, were you dropped on your head? We got to go back in. I got to get a fucking time machine, go back in time to when your mom was holding you and give her some fucking grippy gloves so she doesn't drop you so many times on your head, or like what, dude? You that dumb? God damn. Sadly, a lot of unions now are depleted or monsters in and of themselves. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, from my understanding with you, and I don't know, maybe there's some good unions out there, but from my understanding, the only like constantly effective union is the unions that cops have, and they're just really good at keeping cops from getting into trouble. That's pretty much it. Grocery unions are notoriously bad. That's fucked up. Crazy. I mean, I think out of anything, OP might have like a wrongful termination type beat set up, you know? Like if he gets terminated for missing those days because he's like, hey, bro, I provided you with scheduled dates that I'm out. I'm gone. Like I paid for the ticket. I would even threaten him. I'd be like, fire me, bro. Easiest wrongful termination suit of my life. I will get my bag from you and you'll probably get fired. Why not, bro? What do you have to lose? A job at a grocery store? Listen, I'm not trying to diminish the job. A job's a job. You do your thing. But like, I'm sure you could get another grocery store job somewhere else. Or just go to a different Meyer. That'd be funny. Alrighty, chat. Let's keep it going. That's crazy. Chat, keep an eye out for more updates on these, by the way. We need them. Oh, dude, it's just grocery store week this week, chat. All right, let's keep it going. Am I the a-hole? Walmart messed up scanning my items and I didn't correct them? Last week, I went to Walmart and bought a significant amount of groceries. I went through the self-checkout, and after scanning, my total was $278. After scanning, the machine would not accept my card. A worker came over and tried printing off a receipt and couldn't get that to work either. She scanned a barcode and took it to another self-checkout, and the same issue had occurred. Card machine wouldn't work. She then printed out another receipt and took me to a person to check out. The person she had given the receipt lost the receipt somehow and decided she would rescan all of my items. Chat, I know this is a real story because I have never had a worse checkout experience than in Walmart. Like, I don't know what the hell their systems are running on, but it must be like a fucking soggy piece of toast and a mouse running on a wheel or something, because it always is fucking up. Like, I've never had terrible experiences checking out anywhere except at Walmart, and multiple of them. Since I had already scanned my items myself going through the self-checkout, they were already in bags. At this point, what should have been a quick 5-minute transaction has turned into a 45-minute ordeal. I told the lady at the register that I would take all my groceries out of the bags to help and to speed up the process. She pretty rudely declined my help. Instead, she just haphazardly started grabbing things and throwing them around. After she was finished scanning, the total came to $183, almost $100 less than when I had scanned the items myself. I asked the woman if she was sure she had scanned everything, and she, in a very annoyed tone, said yes, she was sure. Am I the a-hole for not correcting the checkout lady and leaving the store knowing the total was significantly less than what it should have been? Oh no, Walmart lost out on $100. Ah, how dare you? Bro, the billionaire fucking slobbers are gonna be mad about this one. How dare you steal $100 from our favorite billionaires? They work hard. They work so hard so they can have 3 private jets, 4 yachts, 4 mansions, a bajillion dollars worth of shit they don't need. How dare you take that away from them? How dare you? As somebody living paycheck to paycheck and can't afford a house, how dare you do that to our billionaires? Nah, bro, fuck them. Fuck them. Also, it's this lady's fault, if anybody's. Like, she clearly did not. Like, this is the most Walmart shit I've ever heard. If anything, girl, they're just, or guy, I don't know. I guess I don't know who this is. If anything, bro, they're just paying you an extra $100 for wasting 45 minutes of your time. Sounds like Walmart needs to hire better cashiers and create a better system. A win is a win, my boy. I wouldn't have brought it up in the first place. Nah, bro. Listen, somebody said it. Chris said it. If it's a small business, then they would have been an a-hole, but fuck corporations. Yeah, for real. Like, if this was a small mom and pop shop, yeah, be honest, bro. Be honest about it. If it's Walmart, they can handle missing out on $100, bro. Didn't Walmart do like 56 billion last year in revenue? Like, they're fine. They'll live. Oh no, how dare you take $100 of their 56 billion? Clearly, you're the bad guy in that scenario. I was just worried about the workers getting the shaft. I mean, listen. It didn't sound like that lady was great, you know? I agree with you, that would suck, but sounds like she was kind of meh. Did I see Seraden in chat for a second? I gotta say hi to Seraden. I haven't seen Seraden in here in a bit. Seraden, where are you at? Hey, my dad has his food stamp card. Excuse me, my dad has his food stamp card stolen from a skimmer at a Walmart, and when he went in to let them know, they didn't give a fuck. Yeah, that sounds on brand for Walmart, I can't even lie. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Seraden. It's been a minute. What up, Seraden? It's always fun seeing like people who haven't been in stream for a while. I'm guessing you just have been busy and shit, you know? That's how life be. Hey, no worries, PB. Thanks for coming through. Have a good night. I hope you get a good night's sleep. Yeah, I'm a big fan, bro. I never go through Walmart's like checkout with like a real cashier. I refuse. I'm like, I will self-scan. I know I'm competent enough to do this job, and I want to use reusable bags. Like, I fucking shopped at Walmart today, actually, chat. I went and picked up a bunch of groceries. I love getting in my flow. I put in my headphones, I listen to my podcast, or I call my mom, and I just do my thing. I just do my thing, chat. Alrighty, guys. Let's keep it rocking and ripping. Oh, Life is Chaos. Been watching the uploads later. We own a stupid townhouse I didn't even want now. Oh, I'm sorry, Sir Aiden. Can you sell stupid townhouse? Probably not. In this housing market, goddamn. I mean, it's still, the prices are high, but it looks like people aren't buying as much. But no worries, Sir Aiden. I hope you're doing well. I hope life gets a little bit less stressful for you. It sounds a little chaotic. Alrighty, chat. Y'all know what's up. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 76 people watching, 72 likes. I know we can get that shit up. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at. Turn on those post notifications so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Here we go. Am I the a-hole for calling out a coworker when he commented on me leaving early for my son? I have an almost 19-year-old son with trypanophobia. It is the phobia of needles and medical procedures. My kid also has EDS and does deal with chronic pain. I had to leave work early one day to go to the ER with him. It was extremely stressful for everyone involved. Something has to be wrong for him to tell anyone he has to go to the ER. The next day I was telling a coworker about the entire ordeal, and another coworker said, "Yeah, I don't like needles either, but I don't need my mom to hold my hand when I get one." Bro, shut up. There are too many people in this world who let their inside thoughts become outside thoughts. Like, even if that's really how you feel about this situation, you could just shut up. Not everything that comes out of your mouth is gold, bro. So I asked him, do you start sweating profusely, break out in hives, tremble uncontrollably, and your heart race to 200 BPM when the doctor enters the room while on sedatives? No? Then you don't need your mommy. My son needed a guardian there to articulate his medical conditions and give consent if he should lose consciousness, which I did. The coworker got mad and I guess tattled on me to the director. What is this child you work with, bro? Not the coworker running to mommy, man. The director told me I shouldn't have spoken to him like that in front of others. Bitch, what about him? Hey, all I'm saying is if bro had kept his mouth shut, OP wouldn't have had to clap back at him. Stupid director, too. Before people ask, I was in a side office talking to my coworker with the door open. He was standing in the main office area, eavesdropping on our conversation, talking through the doorway. Uh-oh, chat. Boner alert. Actually, double boner alert. Because that director, definitely a boner. And that coworker, definitely a boner, bro. Not the a-hole. You should tell your coworker, if bro would have just shut the fuck up, we wouldn't even be here. I'm sorry, you can't blame somebody for the reaction when the reaction is based off of the action that was taken prior. That was completely uncalled for. Sounds like OP might work in a little bit of a boys club situation. I've never fucked with that vibe. I hate like a boys club vibe to a work environment. Shout out my tour guide job at Iowa State. That one was so girl coded. The girls and the gays, man. That work environment was awesome. To be honest, I was completely outnumbered. Yeah, nobody was even talking to that guy, for real. I think OP should have, maybe OP should have just hit him with a didn't ask. I love hitting people with that. If somebody butted into my conversation, I'd be like, who are you? Girls, gays, and Sarby. Damn, not Maria and Addie commenting the same thing. Everybody's got on the same wavelength in this chat. We love to see it. We love to see it, y'all. All right, let's keep it going, y'all. These stories are pretty because these are like the most upvoted for like, you know, I think they're pretty cut and paste. But I do want to get through them for the video. Chat, if you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 85 people watching, 74 likes. Make sure to like it up. If you guys are on the YouTube, or excuse me, if you're on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at. Turn on those post noties, baby, so you can be notified whenever I go live. Alrighty, here we go. Am I the a-hole for being petty with my parents about my house? So I, 20 male, have been living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house on my parents' property for a year and a half now with cheap rent. Sorry, guys. The original deal was for me to stay until I was ready to move out or until me and my girlfriend marry. About a half a year ago, they changed up that and said at the end of the summer, I'd have to get my own apartment so that my sister, 17 female, could move in. This was not the original plan, so I had basically renovated the entire house to make it as comfortable as possible for me. Everything except for the oven, dryer, and washing machine was either bought by me or someone gifted it to me. Because all of this stuff is mine, I recently began to start moving things out gradually. Bookshelf, bed, one of the AC units, my trophy stands, etc. All I have left in this house is my TV, work desk, in parentheses, which will be moved next week, my couch, fridge, and microwave. Yesterday, my parents entered my house while I was at work without asking or anything. Ooh. So we got parents who don't respect boundaries. And then waited until I got home and argued with me about taking all the stuff out of the house. I argued with them as they said I couldn't take all this stuff because then my sister would have nothing for when she moves in. I told them since that I either paid for everything or had the items gifted to me, that they were mine to do with what I please. They called me an a-hole because now my sister has nothing for the house and will have to buy everything while she makes barely any money. I mean, sounds like a her problem, man. Like, so you think OP should just give up everything that they've bought for the place because your daughter can't get her bag like that? Like, come on. Why is that OP's problem? I told them that was not my problem, but it was theirs since they decided to change everything up at the last second, screwing me over, especially when I also struggled with money because I had truck payments and bills. They continued to call me names and said I was being petty and an a-hole for those before. For taking those things before leaving. However, I don't think I'm an a-hole for taking my stuff with me. For context, they're normally really amazing parents, but the whole ordeal with the house was the worst. But the whole ordeal with the house was the worst I've ever seen them. So am I the a-hole? Yeah, I'm guessing you're dealing with some sort of like golden child syndrome thing. Or your parents are just extremely entitled and thought that you living there meant that anything that you invested in the house meant that it stayed at the house, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. Not the a-hole, but you got to have a talk with your parents like, okay, bro, where is this coming from? Like, if I bought it for myself, why the hell should I just give it to my sister? Also, like, some of the things he was explaining are things that, like, wouldn't make sense to give to your child. Like, OP was talking about his, like, bed and shit, a bookshelf, a trophy case, an AC unit. Like, why should he give it up for his sister. Yeah, I think it's a golden child thing. I would be curious to learn more about, and there is an update to this, but I'd be curious to learn more about the parents' relationship with the daughter. Does the sister even have any trophies? That's so fair. I think that's the most important question, chat. Is she a winner or is she a loser? Needs more information. Finished my workout and now I'm watching stream on my iPad. Hell yeah, Raya. I hope you had a good workout. Participation trophies. You right. You right. I mean, that's just embarrassing, bro. All right, let's hit this update real quick. Update, it's been a few weeks since this encounter. More stuff has happened since then. They went on vacation for about a week, in parentheses, which due to bills and moving out, I can't afford to go on. Once they got back, they asked to have dinner with me, so I agreed. They were nice and polite at first, but after the food was eaten, they began to go off on me about how I broke their hearts by not going on vacation with them. When I explained why I cannot afford to go, it was, well, whose fault is that? We argued more and I admitted to them that I had to take up a second job just to keep being able to afford everything. They did not care and continued to berate me with how upset I am. Oh, sorry. They did not care and continued to berate me with how I upset them and how I'm throwing away my life because I am wanting to join because I am wanting to join the fire academy instead of going to be a doctor or lawyer like they want. Chat, how much do you want to bet that the daughter told them that she's going to become a doctor or lawyer, and that's why they're prioritizing her? How much do y'all want to bet? How old is OP even? OP is fucking 20, bro. Absolute dog shit parents, man. Also, if you're a parent like this, you're just so insufferable. Like, this is how you create an unhappy child. You pressure them to become a certain... You pressure them to pursue a certain career that you want for them, and either they pursue it and are miserable because they're not actually interested in it, or they never live up to it, and you just give them internal turmoil by being disappointed in them. I'm tired of it all, but no matter what I say, they don't understand that, or they choose not to. I honestly don't know which. If anyone could give me any tips, do I bottle it all up? Do I expose how they really are to their friends and coworkers, their past? Do I expose the fact that my half-sister is a product of him cheating on my mother with my stepmother when I was not even 2? What do I do? Wait, so is this your stepmother? Did he say that? I mean, listen, you've told us very little, but these people don't sound like good people. I think my advice is like, this is your opportunity to get the fuck away from them. Like, listen, you can expose them or not. I think that's going to be a waste of your time and energy. I think you should put your energy towards completely cutting them off, getting away from them, and go to the fire academy, man. Go do your shit. Like, the more time that you spend on your fuck-ass parents and your half-sister and like the energy of like being angry at them. Like, that's just energy that you're taking away from like creating the life that you want, which seems to be going to the fire academy, becoming a firefighter, you know, not having to work 2 jobs, getting your own house, having the coolest truck that you can possibly have. Like, go do that. You know? Put your energy towards that, not towards your very, very, very toxic family. Easier said than done, by the way, Chad. I want to throw that out there. I feel like sometimes I like tell people to cut off their parents and like don't address that. That's a hard thing to do, but like just start teasing low to no contact, you know? I'd tell them straight up. I'd be like, you telling me what to do with my life? Toxic. You prioritizing my sister? Toxic. Low-key, I think you toxic for cheating on my mom when I was 2 years old. Crazy shit for you to do. I just be like, hey, I don't want to talk to you very much anymore. I'm going to go become a firefighter. Either you get on the train or jump the fuck off. Yeah, and any parents who are like these parents, like you guys are terrible parents. Shout out Kathy. Like, she always wanted me to like get a degree and, you know, get a good job that I was happy with and that I enjoyed going to every day. She was a little skeptical about the whole YouTube thing, but she was never unsupportive about it. Like, she never had a conversation with me that was like, I'm so disappointed. You know, she was just curious on how she could support me to pursuing what I was interested in, which I think is a great parent thing to do. She was making sure I wasn't a bum who wasn't working hard, you know? She didn't, you know, she would have never enabled me if that was the case. But she never tried to push a certain way of life on me. W. Kathy, we do be loving Kathy, bro. Kathy rips. There's definitely way worse mothers out there. Kathy does not fit that bill. Chat, we got one more story to rip. I kind of want to rip it. That way we can get to some Subnautica. Like I said, I want to get an hour of Subnautica in, all right, chat? Okay, here we go, y'all. Last story of the stream. Make sure to like up the stream if you're on the YouTube. We actually got 88 people watching, 80 likes. That's pretty damn good. I appreciate y'all, but if you're one of the nine people who haven't liked up the stream, please do so. If you're on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at, though. Turn on those post noties, baby, so you can be notified whenever I go live. Here we go. Am I the a-hole for not going by a different name than my birth name? Because it makes my friends uncomfortable. Okay, what could this name possibly be? I honestly think this whole situation is stupid, but I want some outside opinions. I, 21 female, have always been questioned about my name. Most people assume it's a chosen name, but it's the one on my birth certificate. I honestly like my name and the meaning behind it, but apparently my friends think it's inappropriate to go by it. My name is Moonshadow, and it's after a song and astrological effect. Okay, definitely a different name, but how is that inappropriate? Also, kind of a cool name. Yo, this is my homie Moonshadow. Low-key chat, hear me out, and I'm not talking shit here. Warrior Cat's name. Right? Right? Am I right or am I right? That's pretty damn cool. Are you kidding me? If my name was Moonshadow when I went to elementary school and Warrior Cats was the shit and we were all pretending to be cats on the playground, I would have been the coolest motherfucker ever. I can't think of one right now, chat, because I'm not fully here this stream, chat. I feel like I'm off my game a little bit, but there's definitely like a funny mooning joke out of this. You want to see some moon shadow? I'll show you moon shadow. You know, like no, bad joke. Okay, we'll get back to the read. Sorry, my bad. That's on me. That's on me for making a joke. I've dealt with questions my whole life, and most of my teachers throughout school would refer to me by my middle name because it was easier to remember. No, are you kidding me? I'm a teacher. I'm calling on moon shadow all day. That's so cool. Now that I'm an adult, I get less comments or questions. My friends have never seemed to care about my name, and I never really thought anyone did because it was just my name. However, the other day we were supposed to meet up at a restaurant, and I walked into this weird vibe. Basically, all of my friends had staged an intervention to tell me that they wanted me to go by a different name because they felt uncomfortable with using mine. When I asked why, they said my name sounded native and that by using it, I was appropriating Native American culture. Maybe moon shadow, Native American. Is it? Okay, I mean, the AI overview says it does not originate from Native American culture. Okay, I don't know if a Google search is the best bet for this. Like, you guys are kind of saying it in chat. It just sounds like performative. It just sounds performative. You know? Sounds like a bunch of white people. That's crazy, man. Yeah, you guys were saying it too. It's kind of racist of them to say that. Because, like, listen, like, I wouldn't doubt if it had some Native American. It looked like there could be Native American implications, could not be based off my Google search. But, like, it doesn't seem like it's prominent. It doesn't seem like Native Americans would hear the name Moonshadow and be like, what the fuck, dog? You know, it just sounds like a bunch of white friends were sitting there jealous that they have boner lame names. And they were like, we're going to tear down our friend. My name isn't as cool as Moonshadow, so I got to fucking tear down my cool friend with a cool name. Insane, man. Insane. Oh my God. When I asked why, they said my name sounded native and that by using it, When I asked why, they said that my name sounded native and that by using it, I was appropriating Native American culture. I pointed out that I was Cherokee. And they said that I didn't act it, so it didn't count? Okay. That's so crazy because it's performative, but it's so performative, it's racist. That's a new one for me, chat. That you gotta pick a lane. You gotta pick a lane. You can either only be racist or performative. You know? How the fuck are you? Like, how the fuck do you got a foot on one side and then a foot on the other? Oh my God, that's so insane. I pointed out that I was Cherokee and they said that I didn't act it, so it didn't count. At that point, I was irritated and snapped at them, saying I wasn't going to change my name because they were racist, which was probably out of line looking back. No, I don't think that's out of line. I left after that, and now my phone is being blown up by messages from the group and people outside of it saying that I'm being a bad friend for not respecting a boundary. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Hey, you can set a boundary. Doesn't mean we can't sit here and be like, that's a pretty fucking stupid boundary. Exhibit A of a really stupid boundary, by the way. I think this actually might win the award for the most stupid boundary. Oh my God, that's so dumb. Hey man, I have a boundary that your friends need to genuinely shut the fuck up and never speak again. Oh, they're speaking? They're not respecting my boundary, bro. How dare they? They must be racist. They hate Asian people. Get them. They're disrespecting my boundary. So clearly they're racist against Asians. Woke maxing so hard, you racism, which literally this is woke maxing. This is the most woke maxing shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I honestly don't see anything wrong with my name, but having so many people tell me that I'm in the wrong is messing with me. I would really appreciate some advice. Yeah, bro, drop these friends. Where did you find them? The Idiot Factory? Like, come on. There is an update to this chat, or a sorta update, as OP calls it. Wow. Talk about some dumb shit, man. It should be illegal to be this stupid, you know? Oh my God. Most performative shit I've ever seen in my entire life, man. Horseshoe theory of racism. It means that you go too far in either direction and you end up in the same place. I don't know, man. If from being on the internet, if there's one thing that I've learned is that people will complain about anything. Like, they will find anything that you do. They'll get, like, chat. I literally had somebody, get this. I literally had somebody complaining on my second channel on YouTube. They're like, so it's just funny now to joke about sexually assaulting grandmas? I'm like, bro, the joke, the joke that, like, it's like implied, but like also is like clearly a part of the joke is that like your grandmas are consenting. I was like, bro, I'm not joking about walking up to your grandma and smacking her ass when she doesn't want it. I'm just joking about, yeah, your grandma's in bed waiting for me. Implied consent. Like, some people just genuinely walk around or go on the internet and they're like, how can I get offended today? How do I possibly get the most offended today that I possibly can? How do I take this guy reading Reddit, encouraging people to improve their lives, and make him the villain? Oh, man. Sarby is honking grandma's saggy tits left and right. You right? Consensually, by the way. Listen, if your grandma doesn't want me consensually, that's fine. All I'm saying is, your grandma wants me consensually. All right? How do I know? They in my DMs. Didn't realize I needed to specify that that's implied, but for that one person on my YouTube, that's implied, all right? I would never joke about sexually assaulting someone's grandma, and that's not what I mean when I'm talking about it. I'm talking about implied for like forever. Your grandma wants to fuck me consensually. I'm sorry I had to specify that because somebody was just like, huh. I have a stick so far up my ass, I need clarification. Oh, man. Leave my grandma out of this. Addie, I'm actually specifically talking about your grandma. Your grandma consensually is in my bedroom right now. And she's doing 720 no scopes on it. I'm sorry, that's crazy. I'm sorry, that's crazy. I'm sure your grandma's lovely. Make sure to call her. Chat, call your grandmas, all right? Not just to make sure that they ain't falling down, they ain't thirsting for the Sarbinator. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I have to stick to it now. I have to stick to it. Not just because you got to check that they're not falling down the Sarby thirst trap funnel, you know. But also, it's good just to cringe. You right? That was cringe, chat. That was so cringe. I don't have a Ouija board? Well, get one, Zelda. I got one. I be Ouija board sexting your grandma consensually left and right. No, Ryan, don't clip it. Don't clip it. Ryan, please. Please. Ryan. Oh, man. Oh, bro. Oh, man. Sarby is cringe maxing. I do be cringe maxing every once in a while. Seriously, chat, call your grandmas, call people you have good relationships with, all right? I was about to listen to my podcast instead of calling my mom, and I was like, you know what? There will be a day, as sad as this is, where I wish I could call my mom, and I can't. So I was like, I'm going to call my mom over listening to this podcast. And I'm glad I did. It was a fun convo. It was great catching up with her, all right, chat? So call someone you love, all right? Do it. Future you will thank past you. You know? Alrighty, chat. There's a little sort of update on this post. I wasn't really expecting so much attention on this. I've read a lot of comments and a few messages that I've gotten, and it's great to be validated in the fact that I'm not the a-hole. I do want to clear up one thing that I said a few times. My name isn't Cherokee, so I probably should have explained that better. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I just brought my heritage up as a counterpoint to the insane argument that they had. My name comes from a song by Cat Stevens that my mom really liked. I saw a couple people ask what my heritage... I saw a couple people ask about my heritage specifically, which I don't really think is relevant, but whatever. I'm half Cherokee and half white, though I look pretty white. A lot of people are saying that I should leave the friend group, but I'm kind of hesitant too because we've been friends since high school. Okay, hot take, chat. And listen, this doesn't apply to every high school friend group, but I would say more often than not, separating from your high school friend group is like the breaking of the chains meme. But like the most relatable, you know, like it just encompasses everything about that meme. I feel like most time, and don't get me wrong, sometimes you meet great friends in high school, you stay friends forever. I would definitely say high school friends most of the time don't last. Similar to like high school relationships, right? You know, like everybody evolves. Some people fall down certain pipelines that they really shouldn't, but alas, they do. And some friends call you racist for your cool name. You know? I don't think they're worth keeping around. I think I'm going to try and have a conversation with them again to hopefully fix this situation. I don't want to lose these people who've been around for such a big part of my life, but I don't want to change such a huge part of my identity. Nope, sorry, I read ahead. But I don't want to change such a huge part of myself and my identity just to keep them around. I love my name and the meaning to it. I love my name and the meaning it has to both my parents and myself. I don't know if I'll update afterwards, but I'll try to. Thanks again for your comments. Yeah. Not the a-hole saying you don't act Cherokee is totally racist. Yeah. Like, that's if, like, I told somebody I'm half Japanese and they're like, you don't act Japanese. I'll be like, oh? You want me to use the accent? You want me to fucking roll up, like, what do you mean by that? You want me to quote some anime? You want me to start pronouncing my L's as R's? Weirdos.